YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji, and we are back in between the ropes. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. We love all things entertainment over here, man. But after a lackluster road to WrestleMania 41, the Raw after Mania had to be the one to do it. And we got people talking about this is the best Raw ever. This is the best Raw of the year. I'm just gonna give y'all my thoughts. So following an abysmal match where your champion, John Cena, returns after vowing to destroy wrestling, the crowd still has no idea what they're going to do. Whether they're going to cheer the guy, whether they're going to boo the guy, nobody knows. I mean, it's a cool moment where John Cena asked the announcer to announce him again as Mr. 17. You can't see him. John Cena, blah, the GOAT. We get it. 17-time world champion. John Cena is the GOAT. I don't know. This feels a little lackluster to me, but you know I'm a resident hater. John Cena continues to let y'all know he's going to destroy wrestling. As it is, at the very least, what he's going to do is take this title home, and he's going to force you guys to, of course, make a new title, which will never hold the same type of weight that this one will. All the history, the memories that are associated with the WWE Championship, or at least the Universal Championship, they're no more. I don't really care for this much, but we did get a good moment where the legend killer, the Viper, Randy Orton, sneaks up, RKO's John Cena. Now, this could be a thing where we're possibly seeing this a little earlier than expected, because I think a lot of people wanted this match to be the one that ended John Cena's return. But I mean, obviously, Randy Orton has no storylines that are open since, you know, Kevin Owens was unfortunately injured. So I think it's like we got to throw this a little bit early. Obviously, too, the next event is Backlash during St. Louis. You guys didn't know whether to boo Cody Rhodes or to cheer Cody Rhodes, and it looks like everybody else at this point, whether they're a babyface or not, is going to be getting booed. So it's only right that we give the nostalgia act right now. Randy Orton, St. Louis. It's an easy plug and play to ensure that there's some heat on John Cena, because no one believes this dude. It's tough to be Mr. Make-A-Wish Foundation, the greatest babyface of all time, and then just force feed us a heel. Nobody believes it. Nobody understands his motives. He's talking about he doesn't jive with the crowd. He doesn't care about anybody anymore. Yeah, that's ridiculous, brother. These people have been cheering for you for 20 years. We're not going for that. Nice try. But I, like many people, are at least excited for this. Bro, Randy Orton and John Cena's beefs, I mean, obviously alongside Triple H, some of the greatest things that were going on in wrestling, and it's exciting that at least we're getting like a callback to this. And I mean, me, like anybody with any sense, watches this next match. Liv Morgan, RACQUEL, rematch against Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch, who was Lyra's new tag partner. Now, not gonna lie, this match was considerably better than the WrestleMania match. But why are we getting this match on the Raw after Mania? Was there a point then in having Becky Lynch return to WrestleMania other than to pad the stats, to pad the egos, to get the biggest pop? Is that why we did it? What was the point of Lyra and Bayley joining forces to have Becky Lynch return at WrestleMania to win the championships, and spoiler alert, they lose the championships the night right after? I mean, the match culminates with Lyra eating Oblivion, which was getting teased all match. And after the women become the new 4-time tag team champions, Bayley turns on Lyra. I don't know, maybe a lot of y'all were surprised. I saw this coming a mile away. It's the only sensible thing to do here. Lyra still holds Intercontinental Championship. Why is she Lyra 2 belts? Like I mentioned before, what was going to be the benefit of these two being tag team champions? Wouldn't make any sense. I'm a little more upset that they were able to win the tag team championships against Liv Morgan and Raquel, only to lose it the next night. Sure, we could argue that there's a little bit of star power here, but why? Why did she team up with Bayley to then team up with Becky Lynch? I mean, sure, you look up to Becky Lynch, but I was certain you look up to Bayley the same way. Bayley is one of the horsewomen. This was just, like I said, a Becky Hogan moment where Becky steals all the shine. I mean, look, we criticize Rhea Ripley for everything over here. Why are y'all allowing Becky Lynch to do the exact same thing? And again, the crowd is confused on who to cheer for because we've done a terrible job building up Lyra to be anybody we should concern ourselves with. She doesn't even defend her own championship since she's earned it. We don't hear Lyra cut any promos. We've barely heard any character development from Lyra. Why should any of us care? So the crowd is over there cheering one more time after she manhandle slams her 3 times. So your Intercontinental Championship winner, Lyra VAQUER, is being planted on the ground multiple times in the middle of the ring after her inspiration has turned on her and the crowd is cheering one more time, one more time. Because nobody, you've done a terrible job building up a reason for us to cheer for Lyra VAQUER, and you've done a terrible job allowing us to do anything other than jeer for the nostalgia that is Becky Lynch at this point. At the very least, this can at least build a little bit of intrigue about who Lyra is and why we should care for her and the Intercontinental Championship, because they haven't done much over there. And I think they did mention that Liv Morgan and Raquel are going to be headed to NXT to go defend the championship over there. So looks like Liv's going to be hanging out in the tag team division for a while. The New Day come out and beg and plead for y'all to thank God for the New Day. Again, they should have had the championship a long time ago. We then get some dope moments from from Maxine, as she calls the New Day scared and is like, y'all not ready for Otis and Tozawa. Which these guys are literally just like, I don't even know what we could call them at this point. But they set up a possible match right here, 2-on-2. They just call an audible, and they're going to defend the championships against Otis and Tozawa. And then for some strange reason, we get Rusev returning, interrupting the match, and beating up Otis and Tozawa. I mean, I get it. There's a pop because of the return of Rusev. But what the heck did any of these guys have to do with this? Why did he? So let's keep things straight right now. We had a meaningless championship match at WrestleMania that culminated the next night with another championship match in which Becky Lynch and Lyra VAQUER give up their championships. You had the New Day become tag team champions in a meaningless match at WrestleMania for them to come back the Raw after WrestleMania, set up a meaningless match against Otis and Tozawa for the tag team championships that never happened. They sent a ref out there and everything just for Rusev to come back and attack these guys. Okay, whatever. Now, I mean, at least some good TV here. Io Sky comes out and is just thankful for her opportunity now. She matters. She's the center of attention. Then a dope aura moment where Stephanie VAQUER comes out and says, you know what? You mentioned that you beat some of the best. That makes you the best. I want to fight against the best. And this match in itself, the entire time I was just thinking, why is the women's division so lackluster? There is literally talent busting out of the seams at NXT, and we can't get United States champion to get any TV time. We've got Lyra VAQUER vying for tag team championships. What are we doing? We literally can't get enough opponents over there on NXT for women's titles. Stephanie VAQUER had 2 championships and decided to relinquish the championship because obviously there wasn't enough time to do anything, because there were so many women who are talented on NXT Why are they teaming with talent over there and we can't get anything else going in the women's division? I mean, let's think about it. On the main roster, the only one who gets an opportunity for the championship is Rhea Ripley. And we have 2 other titles that we've just created that have not seen the light of day. Anyways, this match cooked like a lot of us thought it was going to. People were chanting, "This is awesome" before the match even started. That's how you even know. So there were some fire moments, fire bumps that these women were taking. And then it was interrupted by Roxanne and Julia. I think they don't even understand what we're supposed to be doing with Roxanne. She was literally feuding with Bayley just the other day. And now, let's get this straight. She's supposed to be fighting against Stephanie VAQUER for this championship. Like, I understand, the natural decision would have been Stephanie VAQUER takes the pin in this fight. So you don't want her to take a pin right before she fights against Roxanne literally tomorrow. Then why did she even come out here? What? Like, it was a great moment, but what the heck did she come out here for? And of course, after Roxanne and Julia start beating up these women, Rhea Ripley decides to intervene. And it's again, this is why I just don't understand it. Because Rhea, of course, after saving Io and staring down Julia, grabs the title and says, "I'm coming back for this." I have no idea why you guys continue to lose your mind over Rhea Ripley. Because her as a character has no sense. You do not get to just challenge again. Like, I don't understand how we have so many women in the division. And Rhea just keeps getting catapulted to an opportunity, to an opportunity, to an opportunity. Can she do anything? Can she learn? Can she learn from mistakes? Like, why does she have so much free reign back there? Adam Pearce, get your roster together. You lost. Io, can we get another challenger, please? We had the crowd losing their minds for you and Stephanie VAQUER. There's other women. There's got to be other women that we at the very least could pop up or allow Io for a good match. Why do we keep getting Rhea Ripley here? This is what Bianca was telling y'all about, but y'all booed her. So again, nothingness. We just had Rhea Ripley get whooped on in a triple threat match. She literally walked out with a black eye. And y'all are losing your minds because she gets another opportunity to challenge for the championship that she never lost. Then, of course, we get Jey Uso coming out. And, I mean, this is just literally a yeet session. There was a return of Sami Zayn and even Jimmy Uso come out. These guys yeet for like 30 minutes, bro. I'll let it slide because, I mean, we knew that this was going to be a thing when Jey Uso won the championship. He didn't really have much to say. Sami Zayn's like, "I had to make it to Las Vegas just to make sure I was the first person to congratulate you." Yeah, before his actual brother, Sami Zayn was there to congratulate this dude. I mean, I get it. Jimmy was there for, the completion of the match versus Gunther, but this is getting crazy. Speaking of Gunther, there was a long, drawn-out segment where he shows up to talk to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee about some comments that they made about him. And he attacks the two of them, which leads to a Superman punch from Pat McAfee. To Pat McAfee getting choked out till he turns purple. I could be one of the odd people here that just, I don't, why am I supposed to care about this? Again, I think leading up to the build of WrestleMania, this could have made a little more sense because Gunther losing his mind was something I think we should have seen. Are y'all really out here getting excited over the potential of Pat McAfee versus Gunther? This was our World Heavyweight Champion. This was our Intercontinental Champion for over 2 years. This is what we're geeking over? Him versus the commentators? And y'all are saying this is the best Raw ever? People are saying Karrion Kross should be pushed to the moon because he did a promo that, I don't know, maybe it was a shoot, whatever, following WrestleMania, and him not being there on TV and him doing all he's supposed to do. But unfortunately, you just following directions, doing what you're supposed to do, isn't the best way to go about things. And this kind of culminates in a moment with him and AJ backstage addressing the loss they to the Logan Paul. And he says, you did this. And like I said, I always said this was a better angle in the match in itself. You were supposed to be the one for the people. You were supposed to be the one that stood up for us. Let's think about all the funerals and birthdays that we all missed collectively. And you lost to the guy who just shows up and does cool things. And the AJ's like, I'm not going to be the guy that I was, man. I'm not going back to that dude. I hate to look at myself in the mirror. It was like Karrion Kross is going to get more TV time. And then for some strange reason, we get our new Intercontinental Champion, Dominik Mysterio versus Penta. I mean, we just saw this match the other week. We just saw these guys fighting a fatal four-way. Why is Penta the one that gets the championship rematch? Whatever. Anyways, the match itself wasn't one of their best, but I guess it was a moment for us to introduce the return of JD McDonnaugh. And that's what I'm excited for, at the very least, to see how many like crazy ways are we going to get Dominik Mysterio thwarting people's opportunities to take the championship belt away from him. Of course, there was some strange dissension between Finn Balor too, of trying to decide whether or not he should cheer or like lose his mind after Dominik Mysterio defends his title successfully. Hey, there's gold back in the Judgment Day. So Finn, you can't be too mad, but doesn't seem like you're going to be the leader much longer. And then our final segment was Seth Rollins hopping out with Paul Heyman to address what we saw over the weekend. Unfortunately, we never really got any explanation. Nothing. Paul Heyman just introduces the next face of the company, Seth Rollins. Didn't Seth Rollins the other day say he was about to retire? What are you talking about? Next face of the company. The only good thing here that has some congruence is that if Seth Rollins is turning to the dark side, simultaneously his wife is turning to the dark side. So at least there's some congruence there. But it doesn't take too long because they're interrupted by CM Punk, who eats a curb stomp after he tries to put his hands on Paul Heyman. And then, not long after, Roman Reigns interrupts and spears the heck out of Seth Rollins. And who else spears Roman Reigns other than the guy who just lost the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker? The rocket's on his back. He's going to the moon. So he's on the side of Paul Heyman. I mean, again, this has been something that, if you pay attention to WWE, they've been alluding to for a long time. Paul Heyman's been talking about Braun Breaker for months. He's been talking about how he's been providing tutelage to Braun Breaker for months. Braun Breaker's been saying the exact same thing. So these guys are together. A lot of people are making conclusions that this is going to be something similar to what we saw in Evolution. Seth Rollins is Triple H. Braun Breaker is a Batista. They're looking for somebody to fill that third role that Randy Orton was. And Ric Flair is, at this stage, Paul Heyman. I don't know if y'all watch the same TV that I do. We've seen this like 100 times with Seth Rollins. Like, he's done this before. So it's not like he's getting something. It's not like he's not on the same playing field as Braun Breaker. We've seen this already. We've seen him cash in on Roman Reigns. We've seen him betray the Shield. We've seen him join the Authority. We've seen this. Unfortunately, brother, you just don't got it. But I am excited to see what this could possibly culminate in. Because it never seemed like they had any idea of what to do. Like, literally, Braun Breaker was on every show begging Adam Pearce for a challenger. Begging Adam Pearce for a match. Adam Pearce, what's going to go on today? I'm showing up and work with no directive. So at least there's possibly going to be some solid challengers into the main event scene for Braun Breaker. I still want to comment. What the heck is going on? All of Carmelo Hayes' NXT playmates are getting TV time. They're getting opportunities. We even had a Stephanie VAQUER match against Io Sky. And Carmelo Hayes is playing around. But at least he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Hopefully things will start to turn around for him. I mean, I've been seeing tweets like this all day. Guys, personally, I just don't understand it. We have a bunch of stuff that was started and stopped, was finished and not finished. I don't get it. Again, what was the point of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria joining forces to have Bayley eliminated the day of WrestleMania? She could have did her own thing. Let her beef with Roxanne or something like that. Why? Where is she? No answers. Rusev returns and randomly attacks Otis and Tozawa. That's literally all they get used for. Just getting beat up every week. Can we get some new challengers against Dominik Mysterio? We even had a moment in which A-Town Down Under comes out talking about how they need to be getting an opportunity for the tag team championships. Literally forgot about these guys. This is cinema? Seth Rollins, the guy that Paul Heyman has verbally let it be known he hates this guy. He hates his song. He doesn't like the clown. Yet he's joining forces with him. Why? No answer. We're just going to edge that one. It's going to be something we'll probably hear in 3 weeks. A lot of people are still trying to decipher why John Cena turned heel. Again, I think that while there's some dope moments in which we can have guys turning their back on people, there's been absolutely no sense to a lot of these turns. And a lot of people don't understand who to cheer for. I mean, in the midst of Seth Rollins doing some of the most despicable things and Paul Heyman, the crowd is still cheering for them. Because you haven't built up a story in which anyone turning on anyone makes any sense. And it's completely not congruent to their characters. It doesn't align with them. The only consistent we've seen is Rhea Ripley getting another championship opportunity after another championship opportunity after her holding the belt. That's it. That's the only thing that remains consistent. Yeah, there were some great moments. We got some good pops from people returning and some, a dope match. Liv Morgan and Io Sky versus Stephanie VAQUER. All the rest of the stuff was nonsense. I mean, let's think about how many matches do we actually get today? And they were heat. Oh, let's think about who typically provides the heat. Oh, the women's division. The same division that barely gets TV time at all. The same division that is Intercontinental Championship was fighting in tag team championship matches. Again, you give the belts back to Liv Morgan and Raquel, but in the same breath, you watered them down because they just lost at WrestleMania for no reason. The same thing could have happened. You could have had Becky Lynch return and attack Lyra Valkyria. What was the point of this? She returned and then the next day turns on Lyra. Again, we haven't done anything to build this up, to make anybody do anything other than cheer for Lyra getting planted into the mat. We got Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins teaming up. Why? Seth Rollins, you're literally on the end of your career, and he's been verbal about that. I have no problem with them passing the torch to Braun Breaker. But why would Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins teaming up mean anything? A lot of people online were saying that they should add another member, and Austin Theory should be one of those people. Guys, literally forgot Austin Theory existed. This dude, again, hasn't won in like a year. So, I mean, Ludwig Kaiser, where is he? Nobody knows. After literally last week asking about getting an opportunity to fight at WrestleMania, he's gone. A lot of people are saying that Sami Zayn should be the one to challenge Jey Uso. You guys are just as bad as WWE is. I mean, I guess we love big moments, even if they don't make any sense. the one thing we will argue here is that Paul Heyman has to be the grandest snake of them all, because he's watched Seth Rollins come in between the guys that he was supposed to be standing for, and he's still, I mean, and I'm talking about 10 years of watching that, and he still goes for the ops. He literally chose up for Roman Reigns while he was on the side of Brock Lesnar. He was a CM Punk guy. This is his best friend. He turned his back on CM Punk. I don't even understand why it would make any sense for Seth Rollins to, the same guy that was telling Paul Heyman that nobody cares about him, but you would align with the guy that turned his back on his best friend. I'll let them cook. I'll let them cook. Don't know what y'all talking about though. This was an okay Raw to me. Again, like I said, the highlight was the matches. I'll concede that it was dope to at least finally get the public recognition of Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. And I'm excited for John Cena and Randy Orton. All the other stuff, I don't know why we got Gunther choking out Pat McAfee. Don't know why we got any of that other great crazy stuff going on. Tune into NXT. That's where there's at least some heat matches going on.